Hey everybody, Nick here. Welcome back to another video. So I decided to do two videos today. And this one I was going to sort of be talking about what I was talking about in the video that I lost the volume on, and I still haven't managed to put anything in its place, but that's okay. I'll leave it the way it is. Shit happens. But what I was talking about in that is just worrying less about everything. I'm not saying go completely numb and not give a shit about, nothing in your life or anything in your life. But I mean, worrying about every little thing, worrying about this and that. Because for me personally, it can really bring you down. It can really make you sick. Because when you're constantly in worry, you're always in the fight or flight mode, and it's just not a good place to be. And I mainly started concentrating on strengthening myself spiritually, and not religiously. I'm talking about just looking at all the shit in this place and just kind of shrugging my shoulders and say, this is an indicator of this realm. The proof is all around us. And any little thing that I used to get bothered easily by any little thing, I'll be honest. But I'm not letting that happen anymore. If things don't work out, if things don't happen, I'm just going to shrug my shoulders and say, move on. And really try to raise myself, like, positively. No matter how shitty this place is, because I want to be ready for when I leave this place, whenever that may be. I don't want to leave now, like all these other fucking idiots who are saying, I'm ready to leave and unalive myself, and promoting unaliving to other people who may be kind of in a weakened state. I think that's utterly pathetic. Like, I understand why a lot of people genuinely want to check out from here, but I would rather them not. Despite even with the suffering, I understand. I am empathetic and sympathetic to people who are suffering more than me, more than others. I know that it's out there. I know that it's happening. But I just don't think it's the right move. I think you should stay in and fight and try and strengthen yourself spiritually. Depending on what you believe after this life. And I don't know what I'm going to name the video, the title of this, whether it's going to be like, what do I think after life, or what, I don't know, who knows. But I'll add in, I think this is some sort of trap for people, for spirits. But I'm not saying that there's no way out. I think there is. I think you have to be really tough, and you need to know what this place is in order to get out of here. When we leave our bodies, this is meat sacks, meat soup. So that's my goal starting now. I don't want to be worrying about every little thing. Obviously, I'm gonna take care of something if I have to. Like, if forbid that one of my cats gets hurt or sick or whatever, I'm definitely going to be on top of that. It's not about, but I'm not going to think, which I was like, is being, what's the word I want to say, like a nervous wreck, or when you're always thinking of the worst, of the worst that's going to happen. Just like the things that go on around the world, if there's going to be a war, or if there's going to be this or that. I take it one day at a time. I don't worry about these things anymore. I know that I get comments on some of my videos that they want out of here, they're done with this place. But there's still some little shred of good here. And that might make it worth being here until you're strong enough to overcome the deception that you're going to face when you pass on from this place. Now, I can't tell you exactly what that is because I'm still doing the work myself, and I can't tell you what to believe as well. You have to do research. You have to do the work yourself. You have to. I'm years behind other people that I know on this, but there are very few people who actually do any of the work. You know how they say, like, you have to work on yourself? It's the same kind of thing, only spiritually, and I think being here is where you can strengthen. And I know it sounds weird, but I don't even feel like I'm from this place spiritually, because there's so much evil and harm that people do to one another, and just so much malice. And I'm totally the opposite of that. Sure, if I had to, I would defend myself. If that means using violence as a means of self-defense, yes, I would. But I don't go out of my way to hurt people. I wouldn't. I'm not a malicious piece of shit demon. It's just not the person who I am. Whether because I had good parents, or I'm just, my spirit is this way, and this is who I am. I don't know. I question that all the time, and just, it's like, why am I such a good person? And I'm not like tooting my own horn here. I have a very strong belief of justice and right from wrong, morality, whether you believe it's a human construct or otherwise. I think it's the best. I think it's the best way to be. I think it's the right way to be. Whether it's this place or the next, the afterlife, as a lot of people call it, but I think I don't know. I just don't feel like this is my realm. But again, I'm strengthening myself in this place, and to not let a lot of this shit affect me anymore. There's just so much shit that can come at you, and try to brainwash you, mentally inflict suffering on you, physically and mentally, of course. And it's chaotic. But I do try to appreciate the beauty. I do try to appreciate the niceties of this place, If it could be as simple as having a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, or meeting up with friends and having a chat, or whatever, the good things, that do exist here. Now, I don't believe it's a 50-50, 50% good, 50% bad, like some other quote-unquote truthers say. And I really don't want to be part of that community. I'm kind of my own person that just comes here and talks. Sure, I like to watch other videos and other channels and see what other people are thinking, but I've seen a lot of nasty people online, and you can just tell. I have a very good, whether you want to call it a sixth sense of spotting these people. And it may sound weird, but I can feel it even. When I'm near somebody and I get a weird vibe, I can tell who they are right away. And I don't know whether this is a gift that I just started realizing recently, or I've always had it. I don't know. I'm pretty good at sensing it. Sometimes they can hide it really well, though. Like, some of these demons can really hide it. I knew a guy a year or so ago who hid it pretty well, but started suspecting. There was many things that were sus about this guy, but that's another thing. I don't also live in being deceived or in deception. I I'm well aware that not everything's going to go your way. I'm well aware that problems are going to come. Shit is going to happen. Shit is going to happen to people you care about. That's just the nature of this place. And it's a fucked up place, if you ask me, when it comes to that. That it even has to happen. But I'm gonna do the best I can. Take care of myself. Because if you don't have good health here, good health in this meat sack, you can't really prolong your time here in order to strengthen your spirit and get more knowledge into figuring out what this whole reality is about, what this existence is, what this realm is. It's very important, and millions upon millions are probably never going to find out. Don't even attempt it, because the programming is so high. But that's what I've decided. No more ultra stressing out of shit, about shit, and worrying about every little thing. And just try to enjoy some moments whilst doing research, studying, doing the work for yourself, on yourself. I think that's what's the most important. Being a good being here as well. Helping those that need it the most, who are in a terrible, worse situation than us, or a terrible situation, who didn't ask for it. So that's this video, second video for today. I think it's June the 6th. And yeah, I appreciate you watching. Leave a comment what you think. And we'll see you in the next video very soon. Bye for now.